It does good burnouts. Dan here, DD Speed Shop, is mere minutes after the past video. We painted this hot rod with turbo cans and it came out okay. So now I just want to, we'll unmask it right quick. It's always the most fun part. Well, somebody shot this window with paint for some reason. Who would do such a thing? So today, gentle, we can unmask it, put some side trim on it. I guess it depends on how far we get. I'd like to maybe put the interior somewhat together. Excuse me. This thing is missing a few bits, but pretty close overall. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the flat black, but I think it does look kind of better than that miscellaneous brown and all that. And really, whether I keep this thing or the end user, John Word, I don't think this is the car you would restore back to original anyways. Well, mostly because restoring it back to original would involve adding a set of doors to it. I wonder when we're going to start doing that, turning 2 doors into 4 doors. There's all sorts of 4-door conversion kits out there, you know. If you have a nice 2-door and you want it backwards, make it opposite cool.
Yeah. That looks quite sharp.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the problem with flat black for me, I really like flat black and all that, but the chrome I dislike. I think when you're going to do flat black, you have to kind of chrome delete everything. So Tri-5 Chevys have quite a bit of chrome. That's why, like on 55, you get the base model. There's no chrome around the glass, which I kind of like. So you can just do that, just have a black rubber, which I guess you can actually do for 56 as well, but see, I think that looks goofy, don't you think?
I like the chrome. I think it breaks the black up nicely.
No, I think it's like, you want so black that when it's nighttime, people are like, I can't see anything. This is still for sure wet paint.
Who has the patience?
Well, I can tell you who doesn't. DD Speed Shop. We got to get this together. We got to beat that show later and have this thing running and driving for that award that we're gonna win, right? Isn't that what every TV show has? Some sort of a panic situation.
Not a TV show.
What? We have the budget of a roadkill episode right here. $27,000 an episode. Craft services. First class hotels.
I have $15 in craft dinner.
15. Last time you ruined the craft dinner.
I will not put Greek yogurt in it again.
Yeah, you're trying to make us healthy. Who are you fooling here? It's craft dinner. There ain't nothing you got to craft dinner to make it healthy. And you're only gonna. Oh yeah, we didn't paint that. Do we leave it because we don't have any more paint? Or is that a future Dan problem?
Future end user problem.
End user, right? The end user can deal with that. Because there'll be a few end user hiccups with this thing. It's sticky because of the tape and the paint. Oh yeah. Look at this old girl. You know, somebody should have taken better care of it, otherwise it ends up in our hands, and then they let us know on the internet how hard we are in gear. But don't you feel better that we're hiding all the terrible bodywork? Everyone will think this is a nice. Hey, that's what they say in the comments. We're hiding it.
But I can see it.
Someone's getting ripped off, Danielle.
But I can literally see it.
No, that's factory. 56s were like that. That's why I hate them, because they're so junk. There we go. Yeah, it looks all right. I like it from the front, with no bumper. So we'll paint that a little bit, but I think that's where we're going to leave it for right now. We'll let the paint, like it's literally been 10 minutes, so we'll let the paint kind of set up a little. It's nice to unmask while it's still kind of tacky, but probably give it, I don't know, a couple hours or something. And then we can unload everything out of it. Actually, it's super dusty inside. I noticed that when I drove it over, I kind of spaced, but we got to vacuum it, clean it all up, and then a little bit of under hood work. That'll be a future video when we drive it. Yeah, this thing will be Marketplace near you. Well, actually, marketplace near me, I should say. See you shortly. Well, it's a little ways later. I tried a little patchy, a little tiger stripey, but it's kind of whatever. It is what it is. We can wash it and I'm sure it'll be fine. I put the trim on the back. That kind of breaks it up a little bit, you know. Put the the plate back on it and everything, so it's okay. We can actually, you know what we could probably do?
Looks really good.
It looks fine. It looks how it looks. I prefer that ratty, ridiculous look, but I also understand that I'm an idiot. But you put the bird on it, or whatever you want to call it on a 56. Must be a bird. A little bit in the front. We gotta get more paint and do the little valance. And I didn't do the inside of the fender, so you can kind of, the hood fits so terribly. You can see the see everything there. Same with back here. You know, kind of see the yellow peeking through, but it is what it is. I had the battery on the charger. Oh, I probably should open the hood before we turn the camera on, because this is like a whole ordeal on this thing for some reason. You'd think I would just ow, my finger's stuck. Fix it, but instead I will struggle till the bitter end. Why? It should just, what is it? The first latch works, but the second one doesn't? Or something? Nope, that's definitely not it. These damn Tri-5 Chevrolets. What do we got going on? Oh, you know what? I had that pry bar. I just put it away because I'm like, oh, what is this out for? I forgot this hood's stupid and I closed it. Okay, we'll be right back when I get this hood figured out. And then yeah, I need a tool. Okay. So I had this battery on the charger. See if that makes any difference of happiness for this unit. This is in the way. Ugh. So I'll set up the charge system tomorrow or something, I guess. But for right now, a charged battery is the same as having an alternator, right? So, see if it'll start. Because I'd like to just kind of back it out. We can vacuum it and go through everything without being crammed in the garage. Plus it's a little stifly in here. I kicked on the fuel pump. Hopefully it remembers something. It's definitely much happier with a full charge. Oh yeah. Before it would just kind of, we'll see if it'll take a throttle blip and if it dies or not. Before we blip the throttle, it would die. So it's obviously lost its memory and stuff, but clearly a charging system will make this way happier. And it's running rich like crazy because it's learning, or it's not learning yet, I guess. Actually, it's still too cold. Oh yeah. Perfect. So there you go. It was before we had it running, and it doesn't start learning until 160 degrees. So now obviously the battery's been out, so it's probably forgotten a bunch of its stuff. Oh, why? Why 56 Chevy? Why? So I ordered some parts. I'll get them tomorrow, but we have to just run a 12-volt wire to the alternator, and then obviously needs a charge wire, but we can just run that to the battery. And I think it should be good. So that'll be tomorrow's video. We'll do that, and maybe the brakes, or do the brakes tonight. Is that what we're doing? I forget. Danny has a calendar of all the things we have to get done. Oh, charge system and then drive it is the next video. So
Tonight we're cleaning it out.
Cleaning it out and we can do the brakes. That's not your plan?
Yeah.
Or as much as we decide to get done.
Oh, that's dusty.
Yeah. So all this, we have to run this, I guess. I should take a picture in case somebody wants it when I sell it. Otherwise, it's basically kind of pointless because I don't want to have to deal with it. We have garnish molds. You want to put those on. So that always finishes it off. We'll peel off the rest of the door panels and kind of go from there. Oh, turbo, come on. Here we go. Look at all this good stuff. Store on the ground so people know we care.
See, you did turbo the car, just not the way everyone thought you were going to turbo.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's I clickbaited it. We've never done it before, but I think we might get into the clickbaiting. There's a lot of money sitting there if somebody wanted to party.
Party?
Well, look at all this stuff. Somebody overpaid for.
Well, somebody had dreams.
Yeah.
Now all of our dreams are dead.
Well, shop dream might still be possible. Okay, wait, we should have the intercooler too. I'll take a picture of it. That way when I put it all in the basement, and I go to list it, the odds of somebody wanting it will be higher because it'll be a hassle to get. Yeah?
You should put it all in like a Rubbermaid bin or something.
Do we have a Rubbermaid bin?
No.
No. Well, that dream's dead. So yeah, intercooler, that was like $300-400. Headers were a few $100. Turbos were 100 and some a piece. Kind of forget. All these little ends and whatnot. A couple of wastegates. Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff, but that's irrelevant right now.
It's irrelevant. It's an elephant.
It's a 56 Chevy. Oh yeah, I got this is the oil sensor. I want to keep that. I ordered the socket for it. I think we can just kind of tear some of this off without taking it right apart. This may be more than a Leatherman job. Unfortunately, the door panels were junk and Pontiac. No, I won't hold it against it that it was a Pontiac, but get this out here. It's like double layer here. Look at this, 2 layers. How are you supposed to rip that off real easy? Pontiac knew what they were doing when they were building this.
You're not supposed to rip it off easy.
Yeah. I guess we could take the door handle off. I thought we'd just be able to, you know, brute force and ignorance this. Okay, that's got to come off, I guess. We'll have to get a few tools. Vacuum line. What is this? Water pump. Oh. These are good. We'll keep some of those, put them on the shelf. Oh yeah, this was the old core support bracket, which has the rinky-dink air filter tie. This will fit back on there, or what? Yeah, like this is kind of a little goofy. So they had this, and then this just had a screw going into it to hold it away from the fan. So maybe we'll wheel the welder out and get that in there while we're at it, just so it's a little more sturdy there. But really we need the vacuum, because I think we're done making a big mess. And then, oh yeah, we gotta, I guess, deal with all this stuff. Insurance, who needs that?
Everybody.
What? Oh yeah, the front plate. Guess we need that too. Man, this thing's got all sorts of stuff. Oh, 2-door conversion bits. And miscellaneous screws. Do we only have a few? How many bolts are holding this in? No, we got extra bolts. You never know what you get here. Okay, well I'm going to just kind of clean some of this junk out. We'll pull the vacuum out. What was that noise?
Think the hood moved?
Oh, scary. We got kind of vacuumed and cleaned out. We'll weld that piece in while I'm at it, just so that's away, because I don't want that falling, the fan falling into the radiator or the intake. So we can get that done. Oh, this is probably why it's surging. The little vacuum thing is no longer there. Okay, so we got to fix that. This keeps popping out. What is up with that? Huh. So this, yeah, the computer needs the mass air, or I don't know what that is, vacuum, and it's not connected. So without that connected, we have problems. Well, I don't have problems, but the Terminator has problems. So maybe we'll see if we can just kind of zip tie that up on the back, or at least put it on the floor. It might be nice to show people this stuff, I guess, when you're selling it. It's got a brand new Terminator on it. Yeah. Okay, let's get the vacuum. That means you, vacuum. Do I have to get my Bell app? Ding-a-ding-a-ding, ding-a-ding. So we just kind of give it a quick hose down. It needs to be like Windex and clean and all. Maybe we'll do that in the next couple of days here. But garnish moldings are on. Ripped the door panels off. I lubed up the hinges and stuff. I mean, yeah, it looks... Again, I want to take it to the level where everybody can see exactly what comes with it, but you can see as much as you can. So you can see the doors aren't rotten and all that. There's no point in making crappy door cards. Same with the Terminator. I just kind of zip tied everything together. You know, I've put it behind the dash and all that in other cars, but this is it's a selling feature as far as I'm concerned. It's brand friggin' new. So yeah, we got the vacuum back hooked up. I need just a little bit longer of a line. I think will make life a little easier, but just see if she fires up now. Give it a minute to get a little fuel. So it's happy. I mean, it's over 12 volts. I mean, it's not charging, but at least it's kind of happy. So this is still a no learn, but you give it a little, and it's not dying. Before it would, give it a little blop and it would kind of drop down. So that's cool, running a little fast till it gets to the learning. Well, that's mint. I think the seats are all bolted in and everything. This is actually the carpet of your car. I didn't realize that until
That seat's not bolted.
What? Oh, it might be missing one.
It's missing two.
Oh. Well, it's got two. That's all that really matters. So that's that. I think we'll just clean it up on the inside on our own. That's pretty golden. Yeah, this thing's coming together. It's really kind of shaping up. No door panels on the back, so you can see where everything's joined. Even if it's body filler on the outside, you can see on the inside what it is. So that's kind of cool. What else we got going on with this thing? That's kind of it, eh? We got to fix that headlight, I guess, if we want. Make sure it has brake lights. We got to clean some of the overspray off. We'll let it sit for another day before we go around. But we could probably SOS pad all the chrome. That's a good Danielle job. So we'll do that. I think I'll pull the welder out. We might as well get this piece welded in. Oh, and the brake master. We'll do that as well right quick. And then that'll be done for tonight. And then this thing will have like... Oh. I thought the car was sweating, but it's just a little bit of penetrating oil. So if you want to get the master cylinder, it's inside. And I'll pull up the welder. We'll get that welded up. Get this... Because this... I worry that's going to... Fano collision-o, which we don't want. Brakes, we might be able to get lucky. This has been off. So I think if we take that off, we might be able to kind of bleed it. Maybe right there even? Yeah. We'll see what we can accomplish. Let's get after it. Okay, let's see if we can get this all dialed together. The old China welder, so you know what's good. We're gonna disconnect the battery just in case. The Holley ECU, I don't think you want to mess with it. Actually, I have this. These things are so sensitive that even that you don't really want to like boost it. You want to like fully charge the battery and then kind of deal with it. Like take the battery out, charge it, put it back together. I wonder if this would be a good ground. What's this thing cranked to? Good enough. So let me just give it a quick tack, then I'll grab my mask. Close them up. Oh yeah, that was a good one. This thing already had the center cut out, It's very common on tri-5s. People cut out the top crossbar when they do a motor swap. Oh, that's touching the red. I don't want that. I'll pull it back a little bit. Perfect. Okay, get the back side. Oh yeah. So if you don't have this bar in there,
That looks nice.
what can I say? So if you don't have the bar in there, it's, I mean, I don't know, it's not the end of the world, I guess. The car will kind of shimmy around, and obviously that. The problem is these Tri-5 rads, you see, this is a bit of a cobbled together mess, but they bolt on the side. So if this side bar is out, the fender support, it has a bar across, and there's just two little bolts in the center. So the rad is actually what's holding the fenders and all that from coming apart. People have said stories that'll pull it right, like rip the radiator in half, but I don't know if that's possible or not. It kind of sounds like a $100 bill trick on the dash to me. But we'll just give her a little weld key. And then that way it can't go anywhere. And life's good. So we got that. Now, I had this kind of cobbled together mess, but we might as well just keep it. What do you think?
Yeah.
It had some sort of a miscellaneous screw. Do we have a miscellaneous screw to put in it?
On the floor, there's a bunch of miscellaneous.
No, we'll put a brand new one in. We'll put a Canadian screw, a Robertson. That's how you know it's good.
Is that a square?
That's a square. So, just do this. Oh yeah. All new threads in there. We're cutting coarse threads in it. And then if someone like tries to jam like a big pipe or something through there, that screw will hold it, so it's like a safety measure. So it's not going to go anywhere. It should be fine. So that's the ticket. Perfecto. So now we've got what? Oh, the brake master. So these come in a universal kind of deal. No coughing on camera, please. We'll have to bleed it probably.
My favorite.
This one came with a cap. Well, it'll be a bench bleed. So they have a stage exit on the side or out the bottom. This one's out the bottom, so we'll just go ahead and it gives you a cap. So we can cap that. See, it's brand new in there. Right out of the bag, so you know it's good. So these should be 4 bolts holding on, but there's only 2. But there's just a rod that goes in the back. Very simple, like that. And then, yeah, single. So a single pot master. These kind of get a bad name because if the master fails, or if any of the brakes fail for that matter, all of the brake fluid is gone. So it literally goes out here, goes to that front brake. There's a T. It goes to this front brake. There's a T, and it goes to the back, and then it splits off there. So if you have one bad wheel cylinder, if you have one brake line rust or break or get snagged or anything like that, you lose all the brake fluid and have 0 brakes. So some people really panic, but cars like that for years. 4-wheel, drum, single pot. It has an emergency brake. What else do you need? I'll see if I have, I might have them hanging on the wall here. This might be kind of small, probably is, yeah. We may have to make a line to bleed it, to bench bleed it right quick. But then it should just be plunking on there. I think this line should come off because I think I changed that master at one point. I think it was on this car. You can put that on there and be good. Did it come with a cap? Oh yeah. I took it off. I was going to have a fit there. The old ones are a metal deal, which without fail rust. And it's a disaster to get them off. So let's get set up, get a few parts, slip that on there, and let's go inside. It's hot. So here's what we're going to do. Just make a line right quick. So thread this in the bottom. Give her a crank. So that's cool. Put her in the vise. And then all we're going to do is just try and bleed any air or crap like that in this thing. The brakes felt very strange on that car. They kind of like move around and all sorts of ugliness. So put this in here. I'm sure probably have to bleed the whole braking system. So the idea is you want this under the brake fluid, and then as we jam it through here, it'll push all the air out.
Oh.
And then now we're just moving brake fluid. So you should just have to do it a few times, but while we're here, we might as well make sure we get it all. Now, oh, is it leaking? This is the same thing as the other one did. It leaks right past the back seal. Brand new out of the box. We opened it on the friggin' show. Look at that. The other one did the same thing. That's why that shitty one's on there. So I've bought 3. 2 have been junk. 1 didn't show up. It showed up in an empty box. What an absolute pile. Brand new out of the bag. Brand new.
Where'd you get this from?
I don't know. Well, shit. So we're not doing the brakes again. This is... Collect my thoughts. We'll be right back. Well, I don't quite know what to say. It's ludicrously frustrating when you buy new parts. And don't get me wrong, I understand not all new parts are gonna be good. And I mean, it wasn't like that was a GM one or something like that I got. But how many do you gotta buy? 4? 4 before you find a good one? I think that's unbelievable. I mean, at this point, it would have been cheaper to hook up like a dual setup and replumb the system, because you can do that. You could easily just put a dual pot on here, run one line to the back, and then just the front one would remain to the fronts, which is a very common upgrade. But I was like, we'll just put this on there and be done with it. So now I gotta try and find a bill for that, I guess, and then send it back, which is a disaster. I'm sure I probably ordered it. Well, I'm assuming I ordered it last, whatever, in the fall time. So probably it can't even be returned at this point now. Anyway, that's that. We got a lot done. I guess we're gonna pause the video tomorrow. We were gonna do it in the next one, but we'll just do it on this video. We'll get the charging system hooked up, so hopefully that'll work, because clearly this thing is happy with full voltage. So we can do that, and that's how I guess we'll finish it off. And if there's anything else I need, maybe I can kind of go through it, but that is extremely, extremely frustrating. There's a transmission leak I noticed as well. We may have to get to the bottom of that. There's no kickdown cable, a few little odds and ends, but really, we should really get a few more things done. We can kind of give it a wash once the paint dries for more in a day. And then quick test drive around the block so I can tell the person in the ad that yes, it has all 3 gears and forward or in reverse, and that's all. Please come buy it. We take cash. Okay, well, back tomorrow. We'll hook up a few little last minute things and we're driving. Okay, so it's actually a few days later. Daniela has made me sick.
My name is Danielle.
Anyways.
I did make you sick. Those are my nails. Aren't they pretty?
So I ordered a new oil pressure sensor. I changed it. It's in the back of the block. It's extremely difficult to show, but I got a new socket for it, which was 1/2-inch drive, which was dumb. I won't show any of our personal details. I got a few things here. So we have universal connector for the alternator, so I'm going to get that dialed together. I got a pack of resistors, which we need in line with the alternator, otherwise it'll blow the alternator up. And then I went and spent, I think it was $80. And I bought a real name brand Robestus new brake master, which by the time I put 17 brake masters on this thing, we could have just upgraded the disc brakes, but hey, what are you going to do? This is a weird deal. Hopefully it's all the same. So kind of a little, Well, it does have a pin. Okay, so it's a dual deal. Same thing, so we'll go ahead and bleed that. Actually, in this box and that box, I bought a Ford 9-inch. Canadian outfit is selling 9 inches now, so I bought that. We'll go over that, because we're bringing the 55 Chevy home. I'm all over the place here. My heart's just not in this one, so we're going to work on something I want. Pop that door open. We'll test this oil pressure deal. Let's see if what screen we're on here. Well, it's reading -3 instead of NA, so yeah, 30 pounds at idle. Well, motor's mint. We have no issues, okay. So that's good. So now, what we gotta do? Let's wire the alternator, just because it's kind of a simple dealio. Don't cough on camera, Danielle. So one of these, we'll have to look it up, is supposed to have switch 12, which will put through a resistor into 12 volts. There was some wires here just had 12 volts to them, so we'll do that just to trigger the alternator. And then we got to run a larger cable if we have anything. I'll have to look around. Just from the alternator, and we'll just clip it on to the battery. A lot of you guys pointed out in the last few videos, and I've come around to it, EFI under 12 volts, or I mean 12 and a half, whatever, is not happy. So running it just off the battery at 10, 11 volts, it'll run, but it's going to do all sorts of funky things. So good grounds and good charging system are, are pretty important. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'll get a few things. We'll get this dialed together, get all that. We'll just do that one. The brakes, hopefully we can just bleed it right there, and this will be all done. I guess hopefully we've got to make sure we can bench bleed that thing, it doesn't leak it. Could you imagine that? 4? I'd lose it. Okay, let's look at some wire and we'll be back shortly. Okay, so just jumped ahead a little bit. We ran kind of a janky charge wire. This is actually 2 wires together because I didn't have what I thought was big enough for a charge wire, but that'll be fine. So we can kind of, you know, I guess I should put it under the throttle, but whatever, for now it's good. So the big thing is we just ran 12 volts. This little deal here, that's the little resistor. So again, this is oh, I don't know what it says on it. Half watt, oh, something like that, resistor. Anyways, that's what you need. You Google it, it'll show you. They actually sell aftermarket alternator wires with the resistance in it, or resistor in it, so you're good there. But if you don't run 12 resistor in it, it will burn up the alternator. Ask us how we know. It will burn the whole charge wire out. So get that taken care of. The reason being that 12 volts actually would have originally run through like the dash light or something like that. It's just to bring it down. So let's see if this is good. Should be fine. All good noises. Yeah, it says 14.4. Yeah, 14.5 volts, so that's just fine. Okay, so now it officially has oil pressure. It officially charges. So those are big wins.
Can it officially have brakes?
Well, it has brakes now. They're just not great. Let's go do this right now.
Oh, I didn't realize there was safety battery. Wait, can I show them?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
It's a bit of a disaster in here, but such is life. Get through the jungle gym. Quit coughing, Danielle. Nobody likes that in their headphones. Okay, so take that one off. This one on. Oh, I should have taken this off when it was in the vise probably, so I'll make it.
Oh, leaky boy.
Yes. Leaky. This is better. You know, they have the exact same stampings in them. which always makes me feel like it's all the same crap. I just paid more for the Rebestis one than the Dorman one, even though they're frick-frackin' identical, but whatever. Oh, I gotta take that side piece out too, actually. But this doesn't screw up, fix most of our problems, some of our problems.
A problem.
Two of our problems. If it still leaks now, I don't even know what to say. Well, I know what I'll say, but you'll have to do some sound editing. Okay.
I don't see any leaks yet.
It's leaking.
Is it seriously? Where? Is it supposed to leak a little bit like that?
Mm-mm. That's unbelievable. See, they're like, this one has this B233 on it. This one has the same thing. B233. I guarantee it's the exact same pile of junk, just in a different package. Someone's even really turned that nice, but yeah, every time you step on the brake now, it's gonna leak. That's unbelievable. Well, I guess the master that's on it is the one that's going to stay on it for the time being.
How much money have you spent on master cylinders?
Well, the Dorman ones I think were $40 each, so they're not too bad. I probably got two of those. Well, two didn't work, one didn't show. And then Rebestis was $80. So there you go. What a ripoff.
Of money and our time, because we waited days for that to come.
Yeah, I know we could have had the video finished and all that sort of stuff. But hey, that's A, that's hot rodding, and B, it's the way she goes. But anyway, I guess that's where we're going to end it now. So I thought we'd be done. I honestly thought this thing would be kind of whatever. It does drive. The brakes are just soft, like they're not happy. It's got a bad master, which,
the next
whatever.
person can change it all to disc.
That's craziness. I don't even know what to say about that. But yeah, that's what we're doing for now. I think I'm going to literally roll this thing outside. Well, we can do it, clean a few things out, take some pictures of it, put it up for sale. Maybe we'll take it for a test drive, maybe not. We'll see how motivated I am. But realistically, she gone. We got more important things to work on. Right?
Right.
The internet told me my heart wasn't in this one, so off to the next person.
Understand how hard you
The
work.
internet knows it all.
No, I'm mad at the internet for that.
I love the internet. Anyway,
so hard.
that's where I'm leaving it. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. As always, spoiler alert, 55 Chevy is coming home. So I will admit this spring summer has been a lot of working on cars, selling cars, a little different than the channel is typically done, where you've worked on stuff just for ourselves. So that is that. But this is the last car that was kind of on the to-do list to go. And now we're actually working on the Chevelle. I don't know how the videos are coming out.
Yeah.
The Chevelle videos are even out. So we're working on that. Actually, I want to be working on that too, but I have zero energy, so I got to do kind of easy peasy things versus wrestling a floor pan in. And 55 Chevrolet, spoiler alert, 9-inch going in it. I mean, you saw the case. So we got that actually. Oh yeah. I'm stealing Danny's rear end gear. That was 390s going in there. And what else? We got a bench seat for it, recovered bench I want to put in it. I'd like to go, we haven't done any travel. We've been living very cheaply, trying to save a bunch of money. And I think we've achieved most of our goals now. So I want to go, it's just a quick road trip to my buddy's place in Saskatoon. And I'd like to take my 55 Chevy, the 2-lane car, if I can, is the plan. But yeah, I think that's it, that's all. Check out the shirts. I'm going in for a nap, a little bit of NyQuil, We'll see you on the next one. Think it'll still run? Almost. Man, charging, oil pressure, brakes are a little soft. It does good burnouts. Whoops. It's a pretty good car. Move up to the side. This thing blazes tires. Blazes them. All right, now we're done.